Pretty much. Yeah. What's kind of caught your eye with your team? Positions, anything like that?
Well, a lot. There's been a lot of things that the guys have worked on, coaches have put in, techniques that we've been trying to improve on. Just a lot of the DNA stuff right now. And I think the guys have worked hard. I think we've improved in areas. Some of the new guys that were redshirting last year, you got to remember they were doing a lot of the scout team work. And so to really get them out there and see them play and cut it loose, put them in situations, you're seeing a little bit more of those guys responding to just the game itself. But overall effort's been good, technique has been better. I think the emphasis on the little things from last season that we've been trying to improve has shown up. Not there yet, and this is just we're still early in spring and our development, as far as getting prepared and ready to play in the fall. But I think the guys have worked hard and have done what we've asked them to do, and the focus has been there. So if we continue that, we'll keep getting better.
Today was a scrimmage, right?
Yep.
Anybody individually stand out to you? What kind of happened in the scrimmage?
Yeah, a few. There were some plays being made out there, really on both sides. We had some special teams portions of it, not live, and that was a big emphasis today too, was just the mindset of special teams, going out there, the way we practice it, because that's an area we want to improve on. And to me, it's not so much about going out there and doing live reps, it's the mentality of what you're bringing to special teams. And I thought we did a good job there. Joel Velasquez kicked the ball well, our extra points and field goals that showed up today. But overall, there was some good effort out there. I thought tackling, saw improvement in that area. And some of the situational stuff, I think our guys, just from a strategy standpoint, were playing a little bit better with down and distance and some of those type of things, which you'd hope from some of your older players they're seeing. So more of that. We'll go back, we'll watch the film this afternoon, we'll critique, and tomorrow we meet with these guys before they go on spring break, and then we come back and we hit it right back on Monday. And so the goal is, where are we at now? All right, what do we have to get better at from this first scrimmage? Did guys compete? That's really what I want to see. Coaches will figure out in their groups what they have to improve on. I want to see guys compete. I want to see effort. I don't want to see loafs. And the plays that were made, go back and see why they made them, and then is that the same guy that's been doing it consistently throughout these last 6 practices until today?
Did you get the amped up energy that you normally see in a scrimmage versus
it was good. The energy was good today. Yeah, we did a little bit different early on. We didn't come out right away and just go live. We came out and actually did what we call tag tempo. And so we let the guys kind of go out there and just play without going live, and we got more reps that way. But then after that, yeah, the juice was there. They were out there. They were competing. They were flying around. We'll clean some things up. But as far as that went, on both sidelines, and then they both saw adversity too. That's another big factor. It's not when things are just good. I think that's fun and there's energy for that. When things went bad, how did they respond? That's another big factor, is how are they trying to get the momentum back? And I thought both sides did a decent job of that. That's still an area that we're focusing on and trying to improve.
So, without a few guys, obviously this spring, some guys are getting opportunities, and the running back position, the linebackers now. How are those guys handling increased opportunities?
Yeah, well, they're handling it well. Those guys are taking advantage of it. They're getting more reps. Which to me as a player, you want that. I think sometimes when you're 3 deep, 4 deep, and you're getting 3 reps a rack versus 6 or 7 reps, you want to get the reps. You're trying to improve and get better. So the guys that are out there, it's actually helping those guys. And as coaches, we're the ones that have to be smart about how many they get. We'll probably get 1,200 reps overall this spring, all right? And not every guy's getting that many, but you also want to see these guys get 400 or 500 reps. And I think a linebacker and running back, they're getting a chance to do that. So they've accepted it. They've done a good job. And I think those areas have improved. We're going to need to continue to see that, and we're going to be smart as far as how many they get.
Those are kind of specific numbers. You guys figured that out before spring, like how many reps you guys go over?
Years of doing it. Yeah, you kind of look at all the numbers, and we always keep track of how many plays we get at practice. And I go back, I look at the total numbers, and then at the end of the spring practice and even fall, you'll look at how many reps a guy got. So part of my evaluation is, hey, you got 375 reps. Here's what improved and here's what needs to improve. And, there's not a number that says X amount of reps equals something. It's just, all right, how many are we getting for a guy? How many are live reps? And, you're just starting to track that a little bit more. So when you go into fall camp, this guy's taken quite a bit through spring, all right, the PRPs in the summer. And as you get into fall, that's where you got to start being smart about getting these guys fresh and ready to play. So as we get into that 10-day window there, we kind of look at some of those numbers a little bit.
Sorry. When you look at the offensive line, the injuries there, and Madison and Wilson, and I mean, you guys are one of two guys I think that started the Cactus Bowl on offense actually practicing. Yeah. Does that make it harder to get a gauge of how the offense is doing this spring when there could be so many different pieces that you expect this fall to actually be out there?
A little bit, yeah. But the guys that are out there, and here's the one thing, we want to be 3 deep. So to me, and you go back to our season, you guys know how fast we were into our third string guys that were playing. So to me, it's all about being 3 deep. So yes, do we have guys out there that will be playing in the fall right now? No. As far as the guys that are playing, they need to play because you never know what's going to happen. And I think we're getting a pretty good gauge on both sides of how we're executing. I also know that when some of those players come back, we're probably going to be better. And you hope that if we're executing well now and you're going to get some of your better players back, that should translate into executing really well when it's all said and done. And it is what it is. I think you kind of treat it like a season. If the game's going to go on. If these guys are injured right now in spring, we still have to go play. And it's been okay from that standpoint. And we need to be better. And those guys need to understand that. And they're getting more opportunities to get their reps, so they're hopefully improving. I thought we saw a little bit of that today.
It was only one practice, but on Saturday you saw Wolpen break off a couple long plays. Obviously he's the most experienced guy in that group right now. What have we seen from him, and maybe your expectations for him as a senior?
He's really stepped up. Yeah, I've been really happy with Ryan, and I think everybody has, and not just offensively but special teams. He's accepted the challenge. Alexander being out, this is his opportunity to be the most experienced guy, to get all those reps. He's done an excellent job. The guys up front, O-line, are mixing and matching. We don't have a few of our guys we know are going to play. So D-line has been playing well. And those tailbacks, he's done everything we've asked him to do. Really good in protection, has ran the ball hard, and has taken the reps and been pretty effective. I thought today he did some good things out there, and did some things kind of on his own on a couple of runs too, which was impressive.
I'm home today.
He was good. He can run the ball well, and I thought he had a couple of nice runs. He bounced a couple and got a few extra yards on his own. Young guys, your pass protection, your formation, your alignments. A lot of those new faces and young players, it's all just about those details. That's in practice. You're talking about it. It's more controlled, and you get into that scrimmage. You get those live reps. That's really where you need to see that stuff show up. I don't think that showed up on either side of the ball today well enough. Just the detail, the exactness, and we're lucky that we have a lot more practices to go. So.
I know it's not unique to you guys, but when you have the spring break right here, you're kind of ramped up spring, then you get the break. Is that difficult at all for when they come back to get it back going?
I don't think so. Well, we'll see. Every team's different, and these guys know. Usually when we come off spring break, what we've done, we've taken that Monday and we've worked out, and we practice the next day. We're not doing that this year. We're coming back, we'll be in shells right away. And so to me, that's a mindset. You're going to go take a week off, all right, from practice and school and go hang out with your family. And then we come back, we're going to have a team meeting on Sunday. We're going to make sure everybody's back. We're going to talk about the plan for that week. And then on Monday, we're back in pads. To me, that's going to tell me a lot about this team and just the mindset. We come out there on Monday, we're in pads, and we're not getting anything out of it. That'll be a problem. We come back in pads and we're getting something out of it, and these guys are flying around, and now we're taking that next step from where we are today. Then we know guys have prepared themselves, and to me, it's a mindset. You want to come back, you want to be in pads, you want to go compete, and I think that'll say a lot about our team when we get back.
We all tight ends on the roster. Have you kind of looked, and is it maybe been a challenge trying to balance that all out and try to get them all on the field?
It's not it's the challenge is the mixture, of which ones. And right now we haven't really been that specific on who's going with who. We have 2 tight ends out there, and we're mixing and matching. There's a few personnels, but that's not what spring, at this point, first scrimmage, all your DNA, all your base, very vanilla, really right now, very vanilla. Just go out there and just operate. And so everybody's getting their chances. That way it's not too specific where one guy can't do it. We can just put guys out there, get their reps. What we'll do moving forward now is we'll look at this scrimmage and we'll start to detail a few things, and you'll see some more specific personnels. We'll start to get into that. So we teach the whole concept of the offense, the basics and then specifics. But as far as that group goes, those guys have been really good, and they've been making plays, and that's obviously what we feel is the strength of our team is we have numbers that tie it in and we have good players.
You added a new player yesterday, and your thoughts on Joseph and
Yeah.
what he brings to the table and how you guys kind of knew about him and be able to get him this late. That's kind of always a unique thing.
Well, in recruiting, you never know. That's the one thing on your roster. You never know. So every coach has got guys they continue to recruit. We were looking at the linebacker position regardless of Joey's situation already. And Joseph's a guy, I've seen him. I've watched him play on tape. Never watched him live, but I've seen him on tape. I've watched a lot of clips of him. And got a chance to meet him for the first time in person. Very mature. Here's a young man that he comes in here and you sit down and start talking to him and you're trying to figure out, all right, what's going on here. I mean, this guy is very personable, very bright. He's got a story, that's been kind of difficult to get to where he's at right now, but he's overcome a lot. And I was extremely excited. We sat down and it was like, this is a no-brainer. He can play. We have a need, and this guy's character, from my standpoint, was exactly what we're looking for. I think Coach Avalos did a great job. Darren Usher did a great job. And so now we have him coming in. And, sometimes these guys late, and I always think about Jeremy Avery. Jeremy Avery was a late guy. We ended up taking him sometime, I think, in May or something like that.
Like Atkinson too.
Yeah, Atkinson. I mean, you think about these late guys we've had, and they've been successful for us. And he's no different. Just we found him. His path's been a little bit different than some others, and we're excited about him.
We talked to Keikoa the other day. He's a guy that came off the mission, and then by the end of the season, I think he started the Cactus Bowl. How do you see his development last year, and what do you expect out of Nauahini this year?
Yeah, he's practiced really well. He's taken another step in his game, and I think Coach Franklin has done a really good job with him. Coach Ambrose, that whole secondary, but I think Keikoa, and I think playing in that game too, I really do. His experience of playing this last season, he is mature, and he hasn't really had that off-season opportunity to develop his body, but he understands now from playing in those games and starting in that game, all right, what does it take to be successful at that position? And I think he's got great instincts, and so physically he's better, just understanding the system is better. Instinctually, he's playing faster than he has been, and so he was out making plays today. He had a couple big plays out there, so he's one of the guys that stood out. But that needs to continue. And I think the thing about him is he's a humble, hungry guy, and he's looking to improve, and he's easy to coach from that standpoint. So I think you're going to see a guy that's going to be a really successful safety for us when it's all said and done.
Just a different topic. What do you think of March Madness? Today's day one. What do you think of March Madness?
Yeah. It's hard for me to, the whole, I kind of wait till the last 16 games and things like that. There's so much going on. I'm fired up for our men's basketball team. I'll tell you what, that was awesome to go down there, and Coach Rice does a tremendous job. Love that group of guys. I've had a chance to kind of be around them and talk to them, and so that was a big win at Utah. I think Monday, right? Illinois? Yeah, Illinois on Monday. Women's team has UCLA. And then our softball team, they came by yesterday and got a chance to speak to them. They're off to the best start. So, I mean, that's the whole bleed blue. And when you see the bleed blue and the hashtag, it's not just about Boise State football. This is about Boise State and all of our programs. And so I want to see our guys be successful. But the March Madness, the whole concept of it, it's fun. I think it's fun. I think people enjoy it. I certainly do. I don't know any of the teams half the time. But when they get down to the finals, you want to see the competition. I think that's the fun part. Who's the Cinderella team? All right, who's kind of the one that steps out this year and does that? I don't know yet.
You're not taking the rest of the day off to watch games today?
No, we're going to go back and watch film. We just had Coach Smith in today. He's going to be 101 tomorrow. So Coach Smith came here, and usually he's there right at the end of practice. So he wasn't there at team practice today, so our guys were wondering where he was when he came in a little bit late. Came in a little bit late and came into the locker room there and got a chance to come in there and talk to our team. He's incredible, unbelievable. And so spending some time with him and wish him a happy birthday, 101 now. And we'll go back and watch this tape. We'll prepare for our meetings tomorrow. We got these guys early, and then get everybody dialed in before we head off for spring break.
Just one more about, so oftentimes we talk to Leon and some of the other coaches around here, and they bring recruits in to go to football games, and you kind of hit on the bleed blue hashtag maybe, but what does it mean when everybody's having success as an athletic program to you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. I think that's we do help each other out. Everybody's trying to recruit. We're all trying to win championships. We're all trying to do the same thing, and we're just in different sports. But it helps all of us. So when basketball can come over here and we're doing well, we can bring our guys over there and see Coach Rice. We can bring Coach Rice to come over here and talk to our team. Coach Kip, to come talk to our team about a championship and swim and dive and all that. It all matters. This is about Boise State. This is about Bleed Blue. This is about our program, the success of everybody here. And you want to be able to talk to a recruit and say, not only in our sport are we doing well, but look at our basketball. And they probably already know it. I watched your basketball team. I watched your softball team. I watched this team. And, that just says that we have success at Boise State. So to me, it's extremely important that all of our teams do well and that we support each other. And what Bleed Blue is, that's exactly what it is. We support each other, and that's what this program's about.
Thanks.